Welcome to Cover Epic number 2. My name is Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. That is not my real name. That is my stage name. Now, I did reach out to 99. They haven't reached back to me yet, so we're going to have to work on that sometime this week. Excuse me. Because there's a lot of things in my profile that I can't change. So I need them to change it for me. Now, I only have 5 minutes before my alarm goes off, so this video might be interrupted. So let's get on with it. Alright, so first I have been working on some signs. Alright, so first one is R.I.P. to my government name of James E. Williams Jr. with native pride, a new name, Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. Remember it. I don't know if you guys can see this. It needs to be painted. I don't know if I'm going to paint it. Just like the new picture of my crush, Zeta Zhang, that I have. This was the second one that I worked on. The name is Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. Remember it. Comes with having number 2, EFG, because it's going to be easier for you to easily call me that. Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. I've signed it, James Williams Jr., a.k.a. Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. I have a dragon. I have commas. That's me. And how long I want my hair to grow versus how long it actually is. Because it's not as long as it should be. Alright? So, there. This is the sign I worked on today. So it could be more like cable. Even try to draw a wolf at the bottom. The name is Greywolf. That's Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. Remember it. Because that's what I'm hailing from here on out on this channel. And when my career takes off, it will be under Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. It will not be under James Williams Jr. I figured a new name, a new persona, which is not a new persona. I'm still going to be the same honest-ass man. Probably cut back on my cussing a little bit. And maybe with an unusual name, I might actually get some work. I should have done this 20 years ago. But I'm doing it now. Alright? I've been in this business for 21 years. And the only person that's giving me work, they went caca. The only other thing that I've had, besides a failing career with Millennium Studios that never gave me a job in the first place, is this YouTube channel. The first YouTube channel and this YouTube channel. Now, the Path of Ascension is on my other YouTube channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find out if I can get someone to put everything I've ever done on this channel. Which means I'm probably going to have to give them my password and all the other stuff. And that's fine. I just want to get all my stuff collected first. And then pay someone to go through it and put it up there. Because I don't want to quit. But at the rate I'm going, I'm 21 years in, y'all. Ain't nobody giving me a damn bit of love as James Williams Jr. So hopefully before I'm 80, they might start loving me more as Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. I'm going to build myself out as a Native American to honor my Native American heritage. The fact that I am mixed will still be acknowledged. But when it comes to work, I'm going to have to play a Native American, y'all. I'm sorry. Being mixed with black and white and Native has not worked for me in 21 years. I am not The Rock. No one's going to give me a job because I'm 5'3" and I'm mixed. Rock's 6'5". He's mixed. But he's biracial. I'm multicultural. Alright? And everybody loves The Rock. Nobody's even heard of me. Except for the 138 of you that are here, and I thank you for that. And the 1,000 of you on my TikTok. The 997 of you on my Instagram. The 2,000 of you on my Facebook. And God only knows if I'm ever going to be able to get back on Twitter. Okay? So, we're going to have to figure that out when I can get in touch with Twitter. I've been suspended from Twitter for about a month and some change now. Because a girl threatened to unalive herself. I don't know her personally, and one of my favorite phrases is knock yourself out. So apparently, that's a crime on Twitter. And these social medias and these guidelines that just like magically change when you say something, you know, it's bullshit, but it is what it is. And I can respect that, but what Twitter and them fail to understand, in fact, what everybody who runs the social media understands to not get. You need us more than we need you. Except for you famous people who are actually famous on these apps because you needed them. Y'all have succeeded. Y'all have had a partnership that has worked. I, on the other hand, has had a partnership that has not. YouTube is not the magic bullet for me. TikTok is not the magic bullet for me. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Kick, and everything else that I've had has not been the magic bullet for me. I get it. I'm not angry about it because, shit happens. But let me explain a lot of my failures before you judge me. Let me explain my failures because I'm 48 years old. So when I came out of high school, the first thing I wanted to do was be a cop because it was the closest thing to being one of these guys, to being an actual superhero. So I wanted to be a cop. I didn't know that wrestling and acting was the same thing, but I did want to be a wrestler deep down. There was just one teensy tiny, itty bitty, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini problem. I was only 120 pounds, and I'm 5'3". Now, if I was a woman, that would be great because women height don't really measure up in the department of discrimination. You can be a 5-foot woman and be a wrestler. You can be a 6-foot woman and be a wrestler. You can be a 5'7" man to a 6'11" man and be a wrestler. You can't be a 5'3" man and be a wrestler because if that was the case, I'd have been working by now. Or I would have been working back then, which is what led me to the military in the first place. Because everybody I know that's done martial arts or done wrestling or anything has always said, you're too small, you're too small, you're too small. Now, funny thing about that is that I've heard you're too small all my life, and I've had to make career choices because you're too small. The first police job that I really wanted to do was a state trooper. Of course, for men, they have a height requirement. You had to be 6 feet tall. It's kind of fucked up because I'm not 6 feet tall. But yet they hired a lot of women that was 5'5" or better. But they may have hired a couple of women who were 5'2" for state troopers. But a 5'3" man, we don't oppose a threat. So no, you can't get the job. So then I thought about homicide. Because, they're murderers. I could probably do that. Then I had a sibling before the greenery was legal. They dealt with that shit. My family went out of their way to make sure that I didn't have that dream. So the only other dream I had was acting. And I wanted to do it since I fell in love with it in high school. The problem again was I'm mixed. I'm 5'3". People look over me. People look past me. People look through me. They don't see me. And I have the whitest white name in black history. James Edward Williams Jr. Okay? Nothing white here. Might be hyper light, but not white. Then you have my facial structure. Then you have the fact that when I was in grade school, to middle school, to high school, to college, I was bullied for a fuck ton of things. Alright? I'm short. I'm small. I'm only 120 pounds. 125 if I'm lucky. But I can't go over that because we don't want to have this hip damaged because it's already been replaced. And we don't want to have this hip damaged before I'm 60 so that I can get those military benefits that I am promised if I live long enough to get them. I didn't get the service that I wanted because in BC, I got fucked up. But we didn't know how much I got fucked up until we got out of BC when I thought I had a bleeding ulcer and that I was going to die. And then the doctor with his comedic ass said, I have bad news and I have worse news. And then there's a tiny bit of good news. So, me being the forever optimist, just give me the bad news. How bad is the ulcer? How long do I have? And when am I going to die? I said, well, damn, son, it ain't that damn bad. The good news is you don't have an ulcer. The bad news and the worst news is that you need a new hip. And if you don't get that hip ASAP, you will not be walking anymore for the rest of your natural fucking life. So yeah, my dad at this time broke down and cried. So I'm 48 now. That happened 6 years ago, so I was 42 when I got my hip replacement. I was off of martial arts for the better part of the last 3.5 years. They told me no Gung Fu, no Wing Chun, no Kung Fu, no Taekwondo, no martial arts whatsoever. So for all you legit martial arts out there, I've been on the shelf. The king of Kung Fu is about to come back. Understand, the only reason why everybody knows all of y'all is because my short ass was never given a fucking chance. Yeah, before I wanted to be a cop. Guess what? I applied for the UFC. And Rec, and Havoc, and Pride, and ISK Kickboxing. And in a nutshell, all of those places that I just named pretty much told me to go fuck myself because I needed to gain weight. I explained to them that genetically, I cannot physically gain weight because my metabolism is too fast and I eat 3 square meals a day, but I cannot gain weight. So they suggested that I go to the local GNC, and all I did was shit. A lot. Like ass-busting diarrhea. A fucking lot of shit. Like shit. Every time I turn around, shit. Eat the meal, drink the powder thing, shit. Like almost instantly. Like instant diarrhea. No. My asshole was on fire so many times, and I just said, fuck it. I didn't gain weight until I joined the National Guard. When I went into the Army and went to Fort Benning, Georgia, I gained up to about 135 pounds. And by then, guess what? The UFC and Havoc and Pride and now One Champion and all these other motherfuckers now started having guys in there 115 pounds to 120 pounds. I had to lose a hip and a dream at the same time. Now I went to the Army for unaliving myself reasons. Alright? Break it down to you. Yeah, you're wondering, how'd you get here, James? Because you were supposed to be talking about how you became Ecko, Fang, Greywolf. I'm getting there. Trust me, I'm getting there. I never wanted to quit making movies. So what led me to the Army is, one, my ex-fiance, yeah, the chick that I got those rings for right there, totally destroyed me. Totally told me, you know, relationships are overrated and you can't come see me anymore. It's for you, James. So I decided, because I was going to go to the Army before I met her, for the same purposes, because I've had a horrible life. My family has made me want to unalive myself many a freaking times. Okay? And I figured it'd be better to go out a hero than to go out a fucking zero. And in case y'all forgot, I am part black. So I don't want to have them in my obituary saying, here lies James Williams Jr., black man who knew drug dealers. Or black man who was a drug dealer. Because I've never dealt drugs or done drugs a day in my fucking life outside of vodka and Corona. But that wasn't enough. My family has robbed me of my youth by having all these babies, and I was forced to take care of them. But once I got to the Army, none of that shit happened. Except for I had to take care of grown-ass babies who didn't want to do their job. And only one specifically in the platoon didn't like me because he was from Rochester, New York, and he thought he was a badass. But you know, it ain't where you're from. It's what you can fucking do. We never went to blows, but he always ran his damn mouth. And then I got hurt. And then my 2 drill sergeants didn't like me anymore because this old man literally was an old dick that they didn't like. Now, Drill Sergeant Robbins, on the other hand, he stuck with me. I love you, Drill Sergeant Robbins, and thank you wherever you are. Drill Sergeant White, questionable. Drill Sergeant Stoltz, that motherfucker hated my guts. Period. I said what I said. Not gonna take it back, and I don't give a fuck if you're watching. Because you hated my fucking guts. You punked me the fuck out every chance you got. You abused your fucking power. Then y'all sent me to Delta. Excuse me. First they sent me to Golf, where 2 other drill sergeants punked my bitch ass out because I couldn't touch them. That was Drill Sergeant Walsh and some other guy who was just a little bit of a fraction taller than me. Motherfuckers probably never threw a fist at anybody a day in their life. But because you're huge, you know, and because you have rank, you know, we can't do shit. I was a fuzzy. Alright? That means you're a private first class. You don't even get 1 shimron. But that's because my recruiter didn't tell me I could have used my college classes. Thanks. Would have been nice to know that. But that didn't happen, so I went in as a fuzzy. I made pretty decent money, you know. I got fucked up. Now let's spin it on back to how I literally also had a movie series set to go, which is also what led me to the Army. I had a friend named Bruce. Bruce could have just told me, no, James, I can't put special effects into your series. That would have saved me a lot of trouble, and I probably wouldn't have went to the Army with the depression that was in my head from losing my girlfriend, but I also lost the best shit that I ever was going to do in my life. And in that, you know, I had some great friends. My brother Courtney, my brother Prince Octavius, my brother Rodney. I still keep up with Courtney. I have no idea where Tay is, and I keep up with Rodney every now and again. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Now my other brothers, my bro Russell, my bro BJ, my bro Adrian, all these guys kept my ass alive. And without them, there would be no Ecko Fang Greywolf. Because Ecko Fang Greywolf was way past unaliving himself. In fact, going to the Army was the best way to unalive myself because once I got through BC, I was volunteering to go active first. Wherever they were going to send me, I didn't care. I didn't want to do infantry, but I got infantry. So they taught me how to kill people. They taught me how to muzzle thump people. They couldn't teach me more martial arts because I was better than the shit they was teaching. Which is why I know BJJ will not work on the streets. Now, I also know that the bigger you are, the better I like it. Because you don't think I can beat you. And that works in my favor because you underestimate me and then I can destroy you. Yay. Anyway, that's not a personal stab, but, I suck at BJJ. So I had to find ways to beat BJJ. And I did. That's called my brain capacity. Now, get all that out of the way. I'm part Native. So I decided to take a Native American name. I have not done a Native American name ritual. I just found out about that. I am not going to worry about it. I am going to pray that I am blessed by other natives so that they understand why I'm doing this because I can't get work as James Williams Jr. But I'm hoping the name is Greywolf. Ecko Fang Greywolf. Remember it. Will at least get me noticed. Because I've never been noticed in the 21 years that I've been in this business. Outside of the college kids that made me do the Rey Mysterio 619 thing because they wanted me to play the bad guy. Outside of my own work, and again, social media is not the magic bullet. It is not. For some of y'all it is, because a lot of y'all are not legit martial artists, but y'all got all these technologies that you can do to make you look hot. Cut. Alright, you, get over here. Hit, and then fly back. Alright, action. Boom. Boom. Hoo. Ha. Now make it look cool, because you can pancake. And my ass can't pancake. Now, initially the pancake was called the Shaolin layback. Initially the kip up was called the kick up. Okay? But I'm a product of the 70s. I'm a Generation Xer. And y'all young ass motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But since you have rank and you're doing better than me, I'm not going to fault you. At all. But I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't have to believe me, and that's fine. Now, the thing about becoming Ecko Fang Greywolf. I gotta take the gloves off, y'all. I gotta take the gloves off. I gotta fucking stop being Mr. Nice Guy, unless by the grace of God, Disney says, we want Ecko Fang Greywolf. And we want him to be Spider-Man 2099 and play Miguel O'Hara, because Miguel O'Hara is part Mexican and part Irish. I am not Mexican, but I'll damn sure play one, because Mexicans are indigenous. They are Native Americans. The government took them out of the Native American bracket. Same thing with South Americans who are also indigenous and Native Americans. So I'm hoping that the name Ecko Fang Greywolf can honor every native tribe because they deserve that. I also hope that the name Ecko Fang Greywolf can bring justice to MMIW. Because I've made a couple of videos on that. Nobody's watching them. I've made a couple of TikToks on them. Nobody's watching them. But it is what it is. I don't have a marketable face, apparently, or people just don't care. Could be a classic of both. But I'm not going to be mad, because I'm going to keep pushing. I've been in this business for 21 damn years, and I'm not going to stop until I make at least one good fucking movie. And then if I die, I'm good. Because even if I die poor, sad, and alone, I would have made one good movie. Understand, these costumes are courtesy of my brother Courtney. Because I go to Comic-Cons all the time, I just never dressed up. Dressing up changed my life. It makes me happy to get into these suits. And you guys can see how much it changes my personality and how it makes me feel stronger and loved because I'm in this suit. Know what I'm saying? Now I just need the world to catch up with me. So, to catch up with the world, to make them understand, to make them know, I am part Native, I am part black, I am part white, but that is not getting me work. A couple of casting calls I went on many, many years ago when they did Bruce Almighty. A Native American casting director had asked me if I was Native. And I said, I'm not full Native. She said, that doesn't matter. You need to get to South Carolina. I told you guys this story before. I didn't have a car at the time. So, I couldn't get to South Carolina. But they were making the Pocahontas movie. I can't remember the name of the girl. I just remember that Christian Bale was in it and Colin Farrell was in it. I think Christian Bale was John Roth and Colin Farrell was John Smith. That being said, I missed that chance. I can't miss any more chances because I'm 48 years old. And I don't have time to play games. Now, let me talk to y'all about wrestling. I wanted to be a wrestler so bad. So bad. Not those dangerous matches like tables, ladders, and chairs. Not that level of wrestling. Not like the glass level of wrestling. But just to be in the damn ring would have made me happy. But everybody I talked to who was around here who went to wrestling school was like, James, I'm sorry, man. You're not going to make it. You're just too goddamn small. No one's going to allow you to suplex them. Even though, if you watch carefully with suplexes, they support each other. There is a trick to everything. You know, it's the same thing when you choreograph a fight. I also wanted to be a fight choreographer. And again, no one gave me a chance. I wish that when the WMAC existed, that they also would have gave me a chance. But I had no knowledge of how to get in contact with anybody. Now, and the thing about knowledge is power. Without knowledge, you don't have the power. And without the power, you can't make your dreams come true. However, I am not the guy to tell you to give up on them. I am the never say die black guy. Trust me. Or, in any case, I am the never say die mixed guy. But, let me break it down for y'all, man. I don't want to renounce my blackness, although some days I do. I don't want to renounce my whiteness, although some days I do. I need to embrace my native heritage, or I'm never going to make it, ever. So therefore, it is an honor to now call myself Ecko Fang Greywolf. Don't forget, my real name is James. My friends will always call me James, because they don't really know about the Ecko Fang Greywolf, because they're not on my YouTube channel. I am going to make a TikTok about this tonight too. But for right now, Ecko Fang Greywolf is here to stay. Let's party. Be seeing you. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2.